Today I'm going to show you how I sharpen my pencils, both graphite and charcoal, so I can make all the values that I see and make every texture. Now these are all the materials we are going to use, but first allow me to demonstrate the reason why we don't use a regular commercial sharpener. When we use the regular pencil as it comes from the store, there is very little lead showing. See? So the only way that we can use the pencil is like this. We cannot use it like this because look, what happens is what's hitting the paper is the wood, right? So what we want is the pencil that has the lead like this. This way we can use the detail with the point if we want, but we can also use the side of the pencil. See, now the wood is not hitting the paper, and then we can get closer and get a little darker, we can get farther away, and we have a lot more movement, and that is the reason why this is what we want. Okay, this is charcoal pencil, so I'm gonna sharpen charcoal pencil, and I'm going to sharpen a graphite pencil. Now you can do it with an X-Acto knife like this, or a box cutter, or you can do it with a regular razor blade, and I prefer this method. I'm gonna use this method because I have more control, and I tend to like to use smaller tools. This is a safe part right here, so you're not gonna get hurt. And this is what you do. I'm gonna start with a graphite pencil. You start pretty far back, right? And then what you do is you do not push the razor blade with the right hand. You're going to push it with the left thumb, all right? And you're gonna be removing very small pieces of wood. You're gonna be doing in circular like that. Make sure that the pieces of wood that you're removing are small. See, this got stuck there, so I don't continue pressing because then the pencil is going to break. I just move around. If I get stuck, it's okay. I just move around because wood is an organic element, and not all the wood is the same softness. Some of them is pretty hard, and if you press too hard or if you remove a big chunk of wood, inevitable, the result is that the lead will break, and then you have to start all over again. I can't begin to tell you how many pencils I've gone through, and this is the reason why you don't ever just buy one pencil when you go to the store. You buy a handful of them. Thankfully, they're fairly cheap. They're definitely cheaper than oil paints. Because what happens is you don't know, you have no way to knowing how it was handled before it got to the store. Was the pencil dropped? Somebody dropped it. You can bet that the lead was broken, all right? So to make sure, see, I went through some that they got a little bit too much, so I didn't press on. And the shavings, look, they're very small, okay? Very thin. You need to be very patient. I do not recommend to do this right before you start your drawing because you're impatient, you want to get to draw right away. And this is the last thing you want. Whenever you want to draw, you want to have all your tools ready to go. So ideally, you do it the day before, the night before, when your mind is calm, and all you're focusing on is sharpening the pencils. Getting all your tools ready so the following day, you're ready to go. Patience is a virtue. And I think artists know that more than most. We need to be very patient to do the things we do, right? All right. I'm getting there. You can see. Now here's the thing. When you have this beautiful lead like this, the next step is to sharpen it. Now, I have a nitron sharpener that is very, very good for this, but you can make your own, and that's why I have it right here. I'm going to show you how to make your own. All you have to do is get a piece of wood. This is really thick, but it's what I already have. I have a lot of them because we use our own boards. We make them. My husband makes them. So I have a lot of extra wood, and you put this in here like this, and you can tape it. I made a bunch of them too with staples around the side, but you know, stapling is harder and not everybody has a heavy-duty stapler, so I'm going to show you how to do it too. You don't want to cover too much, you want to leave as much as the sharpening as possible. Okay, you do one side, then you do the other side, same thing, like this. It's preferable to do all of them. Okay. This is just regular masking tape. See, I went too far in here. I covered too much of the surface. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. So now you have a homemade sharpener. Now what you do is you hold the pencil and you keep rotating it in an angle, slight angle, very gently. You keep rotating it so you get it nice and even. And the tip can be a little tender, so you do this. And now you have a beautifully sharpened pencil. See it? Now, same process with the charcoal. Start about this way, and then you press, you go around it. The wood of this charcoal pencil appears to be somewhat softer than the pencil, so it should be a little easier. Notice the movement. I'm just brushing with this thumb, just the thumb. All right, beautiful. And now I'm going to do the same thing. It's a little bit of wood there stuck. There you go. A little more. Okay. Same thing here. While you weren't watching, I went through these 3. So now that you've seen me sharpening these 2 pencils, you may want to watch this next video to see how I put them in use.